everybody. So today we are going to be doing a Townie makeover on the Vatore siblings. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of the Vampires pack when I first started playing it. I didn't like how Vlad would come to your house in the middle of the night and try to eat your Sims. That's a little bit disturbing in my personal opinion, and it doesn't really fit the style of gameplay that I usually have. But Lilith Vatore was the saving grace of this pack, in my opinion. A very pretty vampire girl, nice love interest for my Sims, and also with the right clothing, she looks really like nice. Like, I don't think that the clothing, the original outfit she had on, suited her very well. I feel like there is some stuff you can do without CC as well to make her look really nice. I just prefer my Sims to all have like a specific look, kind of, and that's why I'm doing a lot of skin details on her. Now, as for her body, you'll notice when we're done with the face that she has quite an unrealistic body. Not the muscles. I know women can have muscles, and I think that's very attractive. I think she looks very nice. However, what I don't like is the tiny waist and the concave stomach along with the muscles. Whereas she would be a little thicker in the waist, see I'm dragging it out here, and a little flatter stomach, sure, but it wouldn't be concave. She's muscular. Did change her tattoo because I did not like the original EA one. I wanted to go for something a little more like witchy or vampire-y, so I ended up going with this Halloween tattoo I have. I was gonna give her a different tattoo as well, but I decided against it. I wanted to keep it a little close to what originally she had, so just the upper back tattoo. Now, it took me a little while to find a hair that I actually liked for her. Not because there's anything wrong with her or the hairs, I just couldn't really find one that I thought was similar enough to the original hair while still like suiting her face shape. Now I do really like this one that I put on her, and you'll see we go with something pretty similar in the end. But I do struggle without extra colors. So when I just have the EA palette, the blackest black with the blue, yeah, see, so that's actually the hair we end up going with. The hair with the pigtails. I like that style of bangs. It's very similar to the first hair we put on that I kind of liked a little bit. So we do end up going with that hair. I don't like the weird shadowing under the bangs, so that's pretty much the only problem I have. And I feel like it's because our forehead might be back a little bit, but I try not to change anything at all with like the genetics of the Sim when I'm doing Townie makeovers. Because if I do, my Sims all end up looking the same. It's kind of why I don't just delete everybody and put a whole new save file in. We do look at some piercings. I think I only give her the bat septum ring. I'm pretty sure in the end that's all we do. Earrings. I found that her ear shape was a little odd for most of the earrings that I was going with. I also wanted her to have gauges, so I do end up changing the shape of her ears a little bit. Now, I don't consider that a big change, so I don't really think about that much because I feel like a lot of the CC earrings that I have kind of hang off the ears for most of the characters, so I do end up changing ear shapes for most of the Sims as well. I just feel like I want it to look as good as it possibly can, and I want it to kind of fit a little bit. I couldn't really find a plainer necklace that looked good on her. I wanted to go with a slightly plainer necklace because she had so much going on in her earrings. She has a lot of ear piercings. However, I couldn't really find one that I liked, so I went with the choker with the big spikes and the chains. I just thought it looked really nice. I thought it suited her. Now, at first, I put on red eyeshadow. We do go back and change that because I forgot for a hot minute that she was wearing yellow originally, and yellow and red don't just vibe, you know, like I don't like the way that those two colors look together unless we're like talking about a summery pattern. But the bright red eyeshadow with the yellow top, I just wasn't feeling it, so I did go back and change that later. I was going to give her some highlight. It ended up not looking right, so I just nixed the highlight, said no thank you, we're not going to do that. I do go into the gallery to try and see what she was wearing originally, but my gallery doesn't work half the time, so I just said screw that, and I went on my phone and I looked up what they were originally wearing, and here I'm like, oh crap, I gave her red eyeshadow when she wears yellow. So here I'm contemplating whether or not I'm going to change the makeup, and I decide ultimately that I do want to change it, maybe give it a little more yellow. Now, there's not a whole lot of the yellow color that I was wanting, so I ended up having to go with a more orange color and just tone it down a little bit with the opacity. That was the only way to get the look that I wanted. I go through a few different options. I think a lot of them look good on her. I ended up trying to find something that maybe was a little on the edge of girly and a little more alternative, because I know that her original style was not necessarily alternative at all. I just have this assumption because she's a vampire. I don't end up going with that shirt. I like those pants too much, and that shirt does not look good with those pants. So I do end up going with a different shirt. I don't recall whether or not I keep those pants. All I know is that I saw those pants and I was like, yeah, she is going to wear pants and we have to give her a different shirt because that shirt just did not look great with the pants. I think we end up going with this one. Yeah, I end up settling on that one. No, we don't keep the pants, unfortunately. Those pants were really nice, but we ended up not keeping them. I think I go with leather pants. Yeah, they're very similar to what she was wearing originally. I do slouch her a little bit because she's standing up a little straight, and I feel like that also helped her. Like, her frame looked a little unnatural to me, you know, and I think slouching her a little bit helped fix that issue in my mind. So that's what we ended up doing. That's what we went with. We do, I think I go for a chain belt. Yeah, I do. I really like those chain belts. They are by Trillic. I think I'm saying that right, although I'm not really sure. I don't know if she's ever clarified, but she's one of my favorite CC creators, and I definitely suggest supporting her. I love her CC. I use a lot of it. I'm pretty sure the top is by Trilogy and the pants might be. I don't know. The only thing that I'm not the biggest fan of hers is the shoes, but that's just because I make a lot of alternative sims, and I find that if I ever am making like a girlier sim though, I do enjoy her shoes a lot. So like her accessories, her pants, her shirts, just everything. I really like it. One of my top 10 creators, I would say. And here I'm like spinning her so you can see the full thing. Okay, Caleb. How do I feel about Caleb? I feel like Caleb was a good sim. I like him. I like his design. I think he's very handsome. However, I think he leans a little bit too much into the Edward from Twilight. So when I was doing this makeover, I wanted to lean away from Edward from Twilight. I wanted to go a little bit closer to what I consider the romantic vampire. So we're talking Anne Rice vampires. We're talking like LJ Smith vampires. That's the type of vampires that I am looking for. I want Vampire Diaries. I want like Prince Lestat. Like, I want the more romantic type vampires. I don't want teenager vampires. And I do know that Damon and Stefan in the books were like teenagers. However, they always struck me a little bit as like very obviously not teenagers, you know? I didn't like in Twilight how Edward was like very much pretending to be a teenager. So we're just gonna move past that though, because nobody wants to hear my opinions on vampire novels. But here you see me giving him a little more piercings, a little bit of light eyeliner, a little bit of light eyelashes, kind of leaning into that more feminine aspect of his face. Because to me, I feel like his eyes have kind of a feminine quality, and not in a bad way either. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with a feminine man. I think he's very attractive. Now, we do take a lot less time on his makeover than on Lilith, and that's because I have a lot less custom content for men. I also feel like I found what worked for him pretty quickly. Like, I saw that coat on him and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be it. The pants took me a minute because a lot of the pants I had clips, so I ended up going with the same pants from the set and then just some plain boots. That is my makeover of the Vatore siblings, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do a new video every week. I hope you guys will come check them out, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, share if you enjoyed the video, and smack that subscribe button if you want to, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye!